5 rounds for the World Series of Fighting Women's Strawweight World Championship title. And now, introducing your challenger, fighting out of the blue corner. Her record 13 wins, 7 defeats. She stands 5 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 115 pounds. Fighting out of Aichi, Japan. Tonight she makes her World Series of Fighting debut. Introducing Emi, the Kamikaze Angel Fujino.
Oh, yo. Then she's the grinder who needs to go to the ground to win. She needs to keep the fight close and avoid the power shots.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing her opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. She has a record of 17 wins, 4 defeats. She is currently on an 8-fight win streak. She stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 114.8 pounds, fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida. She is the #1 ranked strawweight in the world, the undisputed, reigning, defending World Series of Fighting Women's Strawweight Champion of the World, presenting Jessica Jed Aguilar.
She fights another great submission fighter, and although I think she's better on the ground, I would try to keep the fight standing. She has 2 knockout victories as well, and her opponent none. And when it goes to the ground, be on top and go for submissions. Of course, her opponent is good at shutting down people if she fights on the ground. So let's see if we can knock her out.
Ready. Let's fight.
So here's the tough thing for Emi Fujino, coming in with a very popular Jessica Aguilar in her first title defense. Does she come right out and fight her normal game, being new to the WSOF and the American fight fans, or does she try to maybe slow this thing down just a little bit and see if she can find some chinks in the armor, if you will say, of Jessica Aguilar?
Well, the nickname Kamikaze Angel says it all. She probably go in full out. You know, Aguilar, like I said, she's really good on the ground, but since Fujino never won by knockout, maybe just fun to stay one time on the feet. See if you can look at that big right hand. That's what I'm talking about.
Aguilar connects to the chin of Fujino, and Fujino comes right back.
And that was a hard shot she delivered there. And I'm talking about Aguilar, of course.
Well, Fujino, at 33 years of age, she already has 20 professional fights, 6 of them ending in submission. So 41 professional fights between these two ladies, as Aguilar, the defending strawweight champion, World Series of Fighting.
That's a lot of fighting.
Boss, I asked you earlier on the undercard of WSOF 10 if you thought the women's action would continue to build and get stronger, or would it take more talent in there to develop personalities before people really got into it, and you feel like it's already arrived?
You know, women's fighting, yeah, it's arrived. I always think, you know, like Invicta puts on great shows as well, from Shannon Knapp, that organization. And all these fights are always exciting. You know, so it's like they want to prove the world that the women are as good as men, and that's why normally they always put on a show.
Well, I'll tell you what, Fujino not backing down at all from the champion Aguilar. The Japanese fighter may be first to the U.S. market here, but she is doing a fantastic job early on here in round number 1.
And I wonder when she arrived here, because coming from Japan, the jet lag is not fun. It's the same jet lag that you have when you move from Holland to Japan. You're awake at night, all night.
Well, there are plenty of things to do in Las Vegas, or so I'm told, at night.
That's true. I don't know if they're healthy, though, for the body, because there's a lot of food and, of course, everything else. So maybe staying in would be a good thing.
A little blood now coming from the nose of Fujino, but she continues to come forward, firing off that straight right.
Yeah, Jessica's got to watch out with the single kicks again, the low kicks. I always talk about this also in Inside MMA, because you never know. She's been good with a simple 1-2, and that was another hand that she threw. She's got great power in her hands.
Aguilar measuring up Fujino. Remember, this one is scheduled for 5 rounds with the strawweight belt on the line.
Yeah, I wouldn't throw that right low kick anymore. I would just set it up maybe with the 3 shot. A 1-2 and a left hook, and then a right low hook.
Under 2 minutes to go here in round number 1. Blood now coming from the nose of the Japanese fighter Fujino.
Aguilar looks good with
Yes,
that.
she does.
Very nice. Great guard.
Well, she's
that.
quick, isn't she?
Yeah.
Good stance, good posture. Bossy, surprised this hasn't gone to the ground yet.
You know what? No, I thought that Aguilar, you know, it would be great for her if she stopped somebody with strikes or wins the fight on the feet, because then people are going to go like, whoa, what's going on here? She's this great submission fighter who just decides to keep standing, you know. And that means also that her cam has been looking at the fights from her opponent. But don't worry, if it goes to the ground, well, she can always use the ground skills, I say.
And the bloody nose really starting to affect the concentration of Fujino. Almost every break in the action, she goes and tries to wipe it clear, so it's something that's on her mind.
Nice. Constantly she's landing it. She's got a really nice 1-2, and her overhand is really nice as well. Hits it, and right away she moves to the side. Look at that. Nice knee to the midsection there.
Jessica Aguilar, 32-year-old out of Coconut Creek, Florida, training the American top team. She is the reigning strawweight champion, the World Series of Fighting.
She just wiped her hands off on her own shirt. That's funny. Normally the referee does it if you fall on the ground.
Final 10 seconds here in round number 1. So Fujino will go to her corner and get some attention. Aguilar will return to hers. Much more fighting still to come when we return to Las Vegas. Here's where the damage was done for Jessica Aguilar on Emi Fujino. Right there, a strong right across the nose of Fujino, and that's when the blood started to flow. Round number 2 here, strawweight action. Jessica Aguilar in the black with the orange trim. She is your defending strawweight champion. Emi Fujino out of Japan, making her World Series of Fighting debut. All right, the corner of Aguilar making her aware that Fujino might go for the takedown now, because the stand-up game certainly, while she's holding her own, is just not working out for her. Aguilar is the one that's scoring the more points.
She looks phenomenal on her feet. Look at this.
Boss, you know from a few fights we've had, once you get a bloody nose in a fight, it's pretty much hard to stop it until the fight's over.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's very annoying. You know, but at least when you're standing, it's not like when I fought against Randleman, he broke my nose. I was laying on my back, and then you swallow your own blood the whole time. That's a nightmare.
And it's not above her brow or eyes, so it's not in her vision. But as you said, it is just a nuisance, and it looks probably a lot worse on TV than it really is right now.
Yeah, when you wipe it up, it's gone. It's the same with a cut always. People go, oh, so much blood, and they go, whoop, 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 they wipe it up. Look at this. Man, she's got a strong chin.
Unbelievable. Fujino just keeps coming forward, hoping to get that one punch that sneaks through and possibly ends the night for Aguilar, as she goes to a little bit of a different repertoire.
Again, Aguilar should watch out with that low kick. Oh, I love that double jab, 1-2. Jab, 1-2.
Aguilar, the #1 ranked woman at 115 pounds, originally her family from Veracruz, Mexico.
Wow. It's target practicing almost, huh?
Yeah.
Everything connects.
I'll tell you, Fujino may not be getting the better of Aguilar, but she is tough. And you talk about the chin. She's taking some serious shots, combinations, rights, overhands, and she keeps coming forward.
Plus, we've seen it many times before that you have a guy totally dominating, in this particular case, a woman, totally dominating, and then out-punches themselves and get tired, and then suddenly the other one is coming back. So you have to watch out. It's a 5-round fight. We're only in the second. But strawweight automatically means lots of stamina.
Yeah. A lot of language is being thrown out here in the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, the joint tonight, and Jessica Aguilar speaks 3 of them with English, Spanish, and Portuguese. Fujino's corner talking to her exclusively in Japanese. And I don't think Herb Dean, our referee, understands any of it.
No, Herb hasn't spent some time in Japan yet. I only know the bad words. But that's always good.
Short clinch there momentarily. Aguilar breaks away. Jessica Aguilar, Boss, I was going to say, Jessica Aguilar doing exactly what you like, coming in and combinations every time.
That's it. You know, and God knows, you know, if she sees an opening, she will go for a takedown. And then if she's on top, that would be beautiful as well. And then go from ground and pound into submissions. Use the fact that you're allowed to strike. Sometimes you see really good ground fighters just go for submission. Which the last time with Aguilar, she did it perfect. Hitting, boom, side choke. You know, so she knows what's up.
So it looks like Fujino has returned the favor and given Jessica Aguilar a bit of a bloody nose now as we go under 10 seconds here. Round 2 goes in the books. We get set for round number 3 as Tommy Copper, one of Jessica Aguilar's primary sponsors, enjoying the fights.
We got a great fight going on right now between Jessica Aguilar and Emi Fujino. But up next, featherweight titleist Georgie Carcagna makes his first title defense. Georgie, what's your state of mind like coming into this fight?
My state of mind is very clear. I'm just ready to fight, man.
Your opponent, Rick Glenn, he's a lot taller than you. He's a long, lanky kickboxer. What's your strategy to deal with his reach?
My strategy is to adjust with his reach and take the fight to him.
You have great striking yourself, but you're also a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Do you feel that in this fight, the ground is where you're going to have your biggest advantage?
I'll have advantage everywhere in the fight.
Awesome. Good luck tonight, Georgie.
Thank you.
Todd Boss, back to you.
Joey Varner finding out just how focused Georgie Carcagna is, getting these short answers as he prepares to go toe-to-toe with Rick Glenn in the featherweight title matchup. That one's scheduled for 5 rounds coming up. Here inside the cage right now, it's Jessica Aguilar in the black trunks and Emi Fujino. And it's Emi Fujino, it seems, Boss, to seem to be turning the tide just a little bit.
You see, and what happened there? That was that low kick that I was talking about. She countered it with the right straight. And now Aguilar has to watch out, because once they start timing that and the straight really connects at the right spot, that could be a big problem.
.340 to go here in the 3rd round. This one's scheduled for 5. Title bouts always 5 rounds as opposed to 3. So Aguilar looking and hoping to put this thing away early, and Fujino has other plans.
It's so funny that you see this so many times. Oh, I just wanted to say, when you see 2 great wrestlers against each other, they fight it out on the feet. And 2 great ground fighters, they fight it out on the feet. And I was just going to say it, but now Aguilar is going to go for a takedown.
So we'll find out just how good Fujino is on the ground. She's listed as
there we go,
very
side choke already
on the ground.
Oh,
look at
this could be it. If she can lock it up and jump to the other side, Fujino knows. She's caught her leg right away. But Aguilar's got a lot of power, and this could be the end of the fight.
Fujino has never been knocked out or submitted, and Aguilar's trying to end that right here.
She needs to make sure she sinks her chest also to the ground, but keep pushing with her neck against the triceps of Fujino. You really need to push the biceps of the shoulder from Fujino into her own neck, and then the biceps from Aguilar, the left biceps, is cutting off the other artery.
Well, I'll tell you what, Fujino is tough standing up and on the ground. Aguilar giving it everything she's got, trying to close this thing down.
She's smiling, Fujino.
In 20 bouts, she has never been knocked out or submitted, and Aguilar's doing her very best right now to close this thing out as we approach 2 minutes to go in round 3.
Okay, that's a long time to see if she can secure this. Wow, that's amazing. That's some great skill to have there, not to tap on this, because it looks to me like it's really tight. Now for Aguilar, is that going to be a problem if she can't wrap it up? Because there's going to be a lot of lactic acid in those shoulders and arms.
Now she goes to the mount. And Fujino wisely closes the gap and pulls her opponent down towards her, so she cannot, Aguilar, rain down those heavy shots.
She needs to cross-face. Bring the right arm cross-face her so she can break that grip. Now, this is it. We know Aguilar can punch on the feet. You can only imagine how hard it's going to be coming down on an opponent. Fujino, as soon as she starts, she should start bucking up.
Yeah. Wow, big elbows now coming from Aguilar. Wow.
Yeah, very powerful. Almost looked like she was going to go for an arm, but then Fujino rolled against the fence. Is she going to go for a side choke again? Maybe not now this time. Yeah, well, she's maybe trying it again.
Fujino does a great job of recognizing when she's going for that choke. She just drops her chin to her chest and pretty much puts that to rest. And now Aguilar, who has had her in a choke, who has mounted, who has been giving her the elbows, and still cannot end Emi Fujino.
Wow, well, never been finished, right? Never been finished in her life. And the clock is ticking down, 10 seconds.
Final 10 seconds here in round number 3. This one's scheduled for 5. And we will go to a 4th round here in Vegas when we return.
You know, just start on the feet. Make your opponent think it's going to be a brawl again, then boom, shoot again.
Round number 4, Fujino in the white trunks, Aguilar in the black trunks. This one's scheduled for 5 with the strawweight belt on the line. Jessica Aguilar is the reigning champion.
She landed another beautiful right there on the button. But Fujino doesn't flinch.
And an inadvertent eye poke. So Herb Dean sends Jessica Aguilar to a neutral corner. And Fujino takes a shot to the eye. If we can go back and look at this. Again, inadvertent, not intentional by Aguilar, but these are open fingers here. Right there.
Yep. And the boss went again on the single kick and she got countered.
So, boss, here's a situation. I think everyone has been poked in the eye once or twice in their life, and it takes a while for that to subside.
You know, I only had it one time in pro wrestling, believe it or not.
Serious?
And, yeah, and then the referee said, "Fight!" And I didn't see anything. I had a blind spot for like 2 months on the bottom right of my right eye. It was the weirdest thing ever. You know, I literally saw like 3-4 people.
Yeah. Can you look over here? Do you want to keep fighting? You sure? Okay.
Look up.
So the doctor comes in, checks her out, makes sure all is well. And in her limited English, Emi Fujino says, "Yes, I do want to keep fighting."
There was a short sobriety test there with the finger in front of him.
Watch those fingers.
All right, boss, it sounds ruthless. Do you start attacking that side of her face over where the eye was poked?
You know, yeah, it is ruthless, yeah, to say that. But some fighters will do that, yeah. If your left eye is poked, then you don't see hooks coming that your opponent throws with the right. Now with the right, it's coming from the back. So if you're right eye, that's a bigger problem. If you're both orthodox, right eye, and then you don't see left hooks coming, that's a punch thrown much more than the right hook. And again.
Well, you had the feeling after round number 1 that this might be a short fight with Jessica Aguilar ending this thing in second, maybe the third. And here we are coming up on the midway point of the 4th round, and Emi Fujino is still battling in there.
You know, that's the one thing I learned in Japan. Sometimes you can hit it with everything you got, and they just keep on coming. Very tough.
You tell how Aguilar's well-rounded in her MMA game. You see the kicks and the spinning back fists and the knees, and then the striking is certainly there.
That was a nice knee. That right knee to the body. You know, I would like to see both ladies, you know, mixing takedown attempts up with strikes. Fake a takedown and then come on top with strikes. And Fujino can do the same thing. Just shoot and then come on top.
Leg kick stumbles Fujino momentarily. Under 2 minutes to go here in round number 4.
Yeah, she kicks below the knee. And of course you have a bigger chance of kicking your opponent off balance. There's much more leverage there. You see, I like that a lot, those knees. And especially if you throw them with power, use the knee cap instead of your thigh. You can do a lot of damage. There we go. Nice knee there.
Pace has slowed considerably here in round number 4. These are 5-minute rounds as we approach
Let's
1
work.
minute to go here in the 4th round. Still with the 5th round to go. Aguilar, your defending champion. Good of her with her team to come out and support Boss's World Cup favorite team, Netherlands, in their black and orange.
Yeah. Well, if they hit it in Brazil, then I'm going to be happy.
You've got that World Cup fever, don't you?
Oh, I do. You know, it would be great if Holland wins one time.
Aguilar coming forward, now up against the cage with Fujino as we approach 30 seconds to go here in round number 4.
Can she get a takedown? Even when she doesn't, she probably has the right.
Well, you get the sense that Fujino's not going down with a knockout because she's hit her a lot in the first 4 rounds here. So you're wondering if Aguilar's camp is going to say, you're going to have to finish this thing on the ground with a submission or continue to throw punches here for round number 5. And it looks like we are going to see a 5th and final round. And we'll see if Aguilar can finish Fujino, or can Fujino come up and stun the world and put Jessica Aguilar and her belt down and out. The 5th and final round. Jessica Aguilar, the defending champion, Emi Fujino of Japan, trying to take that belt away. Aguilar speaking, of course, about being the first openly gay world champion in MMA and using that platform to get the word out. Right now, though, she's got 5 minutes of fury standing in front of her with Emi Fujino, who'd like nothing more to put her on the canvas and take away that belt.
Yeah, and who knows, she's way behind, so she's going to come. There she came, big right.
Is the knockout or submission important for Aguilar to really cement this bout? Because Fujino, if she does go on to lose, but it goes to the decision, and a lot of people are going to say, boy, I sure would like to see a rematch.
Yeah, well, no. I think this was a dominating victory.
Sure.
You know, listen, it's not over till it's over. So we don't know yet, but it looks like that going all the way here. And I think she did a great job. Everybody can tell here in the audience that, and the people at home, that Fujino is just a really tough girl.
Here at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, you're watching World Series of Fighting 10 alongside Boss Root, and I'm Todd Harris. Glad to have you with us here on NBCSN. Still 2 more fights to come, with Georgie Karkanyan taking on Rick Glenn, and of course the main event of the night with the middleweight belt on the line, David Branch and Jesse Taylor. They're still coming up live here on NBCSN. This is the final round of the women's strawweight title fight between Jessica Aguilar in the black trunks and Japan's Emi Fujino in the white trunks.
That back kick that Aguilar just threw was a nice back kick. Totally to the liver section there of Fujino, but Fujino was moving a little bit backwards, and that took the steam out of it.
Aguilar being very defensive here in the final round. Under 3 minutes to go, does not want to get caught with a straight left from Fujino. Thoughts of taking it to the ground, just put her against the cage and get her in a position that Aguilar's comfortable in here. That foot stomp thing kind of looks funny on TV, but oh my, does that hurt.
You know, during the fight, yes, it would hurt outside the fight with the adrenaline.
But tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, yeah. It's like low kicks. You know, most of the time you don't feel them, but the next day, it's like, oh, okay, I got it. It's more of a distraction technique. Stomp and then right away give a knee.
Under 2 minutes to go in this one.
And Aguilar's only going for that foot that has a wrapper around it. So she has name.
I'm going to pull you off the fence. I need you to work.
Folks at Shout to Win want to know, does Aguilar defend her strawweight title tonight? That was the question as we asked you to go to Shout to Win and sign up and download that Shout app. Opportunity to win that Ducati motorcycle and a spinning back kick coming from Aguilar. So despite the fact that she's got this fight well in hand and coming up on a minute to go, Aguilar's still showing Fujino everything she's got. Straight kick, spinning back fist.
No, yeah, that's all she should throw now, a spinning back fist instead of the kick.
Yep.
And hopefully Fujino thinks it's another kick, brings her hands down, and then clash. Wow. Beautiful, that was very nicely timed.
And a final takedown here in the final minute of the 5th and final round. Jessica Aguilar trying to put an exclamation point on this bout with Emi Fujino, who has been certainly up to the task, just has not been able to answer back. And here she is continuing to fight. And boss, this is after 24 minutes of very hard fighting.
Yeah, that's what I started off in the beginning in the round number 1. It's a strawweight. We're probably not going to see it slowing down, you know, and you can tell it slowed a little bit down, but look at this. They're still going strong.
Do you still have time to go to Shout to Win and say that you think Jessica Aguilar is going to defend her title tonight?
I was, when you were saying that, I thought that's kind of not fair, right? They should time.
You jump on, right?
Yeah, you should time when they deliver the message.
So this one will go to the judges. We will be back with the official decision when we return to Las Vegas.
We go to the judges' scorecard for judges Adelaide Bird, Glenn Trowbridge, and Cardo Urso all scored 50-44 for your winner by unanimous decision, and still the World Series of Fighting Women's Strawweight Champion of the World, Jessica Jag Aguilar.